What's up, guys? We are finally back again for some more One Piece action. We are finally done with the break. Glad that Oda got his surgery. It looks like everything went well. But now it's time to get our new chapter, so let's jump right in. One Piece chapter 1087 entitled Battleship Bag. Alright, so what do we got? Starting off on the cover page. Okay, so we got Ace with a couple of capybaras. It says Ace heating up the bathwater of a capybara. Okay, so just looks like just a normal request. Don't see anything too crazy in this. So let's jump into the chapter. Let's find out what this is all about. Alright, so it looks like we're going back to Garp and Aokiji. Alright. Okay, what do we got? Okay, no, so this says Marine G1 Branch Coastal Ship Scrapyard. And it says Battleship Bag? Yes, as replacements for sandbags. The ships in this scrapyard were continuously punched. By whom? Okay, so I got a feeling this is gonna be Garp's, training area or area where he blows off some steam. And then what do we got? Okay, so it looks like we got brand new, and it says by Vice Admiral Garp. During his youth, it was his daily routine for many decades. Even now. What? Even now? Okay, so they're like, wait, what? Garp did all this? And then it says, why are there two ships? The other one was for the Vice Admiral's student, the former Admiral Aokiji. The rule was no hockey or devil fruit abilities while using the battleship bag. Damn. Alright, so, we learned a few chapters ago that Aokiji was kind of once Garp's protege, so it makes sense that Garp would make him train kind of, without his devil fruit abilities. And if you guys remember back in Film Z, although it's not canon, Zephyr kind of talked about how when he was training, Aokiji and Kuzan and all those guys, Borsalino, he told them not to rely too much on their devil fruit powers because there's plenty of strong hockey users that could find ways around their devil fruit powers. And it seems Garp had the same sentiment. And then when we see, okay, what's brand new got to say? He says the strength of these heroes was not innate. All right, so this wasn't a power that they were born with. This is something that they forged through hard work. But let's so now we're going back to Hachinosu. It says New World Pirate Island Hachinosu, and we just see someone getting launched into the water. It looks like right there. We just see legs in the air, and then what do we got? It says San Juan Wolf. Okay, damn, that was San Juan Wolf. It says San Juan Wolf got blown away. Garp is scary. He says, hurry up and bring him to the surface. He's gonna suffocate. And they're like, how do we bring up someone as big as San Juan Wolf? So it's not like, someone like Jack, who, even though he has a devil fruit power, he is part fishman, so he can survive underneath the ocean. He just won't be able to move. But in San Juan Wolf's case, he's not, it doesn't seem like he has any fishman in him. So if they don't get him, out of the water, he's going to drown and suffocate. But they're like, how in the hell are we going to get this big-ass San Juan Wolf off the ocean floor right now? But, okay, and then, looks like we got Vasco shot stepping up. He's like, what? Legendary hero? And then he looks like he's firing off a massive shot, and it says, Shugoropu, heavy drinker, hearth fire. And it looks like it's heading straight for Garp, and he's just kind of standing there. And what's he gonna do? Probably just take it head on like nothing. And then, oh damn, it looks like he picks up two of his allies right there and just holds them right in front of where the bass is about to hit. And you just see them take the blast straight to the face right there. And just a massive explosion. And they're like screaming like, oh, it's hot, it's hot, it's hot, stop, you bastard. And we just see everyone is just getting, looks like they're running away. And we see Garp, he starts throwing their charred bodies at him. He's like, are you planning on destroying this pirate island, Garp? And like I said, you just see all this chaos. Everyone's running around. Oh, man. It says, if he finds this town like this, Commodore Teach will kill us. All right, so all of Blackboard's subordinates are like, they're terrified of Garp, the hero, and everything that he's doing. But they're like, damn it, if we don't do something, like if Garp, or when Teach gets back here, he's going to kill us. Or like, we're screwed either way right now. And then Garp has just got this menacing grin on his face. He's like, why is he not faltering from our numbers? He's too scary. All right, so Garp is literally like not even phased by any of these little peons. And then what do we got? Okay, so we see Garp's ship back there, and it says, Sitrep, Vice Admiral Garp. The captured citizens and the injured Marines have all, and then we go to the next panel, set out to the sea. All right, so we're back up on the ship right there. and says, get a hold of yourself, Hibari-chan. Okay, so it looks like they managed to thaw her out. Carefully defrost all those who have been frozen. It's Captain Kobe, alright? Or is Captain Kobe alright? So, everyone's over there trying to defrost all the people that Aokiji froze right now. They're trying to let Garp know, like, hey, we got everyone evacuated. They're all on the ship. Like, they're probably trying to tell him, like, hey, Garp, you can come back. We rescued everyone. It's time to go. But we know Garp, that's definitely not going to be enough for him. He's going to have to teach them a lesson. And then we see Garp over there, and he's like, we can depart anytime. All right, we're done here. Let's go back. Kobe, Gruss, Helmeppo. Yes, sir. Okay, so Garp is going to go back. But is it going to be that easy? Are they just going to let him waltz back to his ship and leave after, you know, turning Hachinosu kind of on his head right there, you know, smashing some of their Titanic Captains? And it says, as expected of Hachinosu, the pirates just keep coming. There's no end to them. All right. Whilst I think Garp would be all right, you know, he probably doesn't want to sit here all day just dealing with these guys. And then it says, like I said, I can't let you leave, Garp-san. And we see Aokiji over there, and he's just staring down at his hand, getting ready to attack, I'm guessing. And then, okay, so we see the shot. We got Garp right there. He's got Kobe and Helmeppo behind him, and that guy Gruss. He's like, yikes. I should have left with the others earlier. I'm gonna die. This is bad. All right. So Helmeppo, his you know, his little scaredy cat tendencies are still popping their head out every once in a while. And then that guy Gruss or whatever, he's like, Garp-san, am I also the future of the Marines? He's kind of, you know, all butthurt right there. And then Garp's like, you still want to fight, Kuzan? You're like, oh, okay. You think you're ready to take the master on now? And then we see Kobe over there. He's like, please be careful against the officers of the Blackbeard Pirates. Yeah, so one thing we probably know about them, you know, they're not going to fight fair. You know, even if Aokiji wants to have a one-on-one fight with Garp, you know, if it looks like Aokiji's going to lose, I'm sure some of the other Titanic captains would definitely take advantage of the situation and try to take out Garp the hero and try to, you know, cripple the Navy's fighting force. You know, this would be a massive blow to them to lose Garp. And then we see Helmeppo. He's like, okay, so I guess Garp is talking to him. Listen up, all of you. Run at full speed towards the seacoast, and we'll be all right. Don't die. Yes, sir. All right, so he's like, Garp knows Aokiji's not going to let them escape easily. You know, the rest of the pirates aren't just going to let them waltz out of there after strolling in like that. And then what do we got? Okay. Oh, so it looks like there's still a girl that was trapped on the island. She's screaming for someone to help her right there, and you see pirates got their cutlasses drawn right behind her as Kobe's trying to run away, and he's like, oh no, there's still some kidnapped citizens left. All right, we know Kobe can't just turn tail and run if there's someone in need. And he's like, I'll save you. I'm glad we haven't left. And then the other guy's like, you idiot, it's a trap. And then, yup, we see right there, okay, so that makes sense, you know. We just got the sit rep saying that we evacuated all citizens, and then all of a sudden, conveniently, right when you're trying to run away, this girl comes out of nowhere and is screaming for help. But again, Kobe being the type of person that he is and he's become, and, you know, being Garp's protege, he's not going to turn his back on, you know, innocent people. Just kind of like why he's friends with Luffy. Even though one's, you know, a naval officer, a formal naval officer, however you want to view Sword, and Luffy, who's a pirate, like, neither one of them turns their back on innocent people. They'll step up to help if they can. And, of course, sometimes the enemy can take advantage of this fact, like we just saw here. But then... No! Bro, so we see Garp jump in front of Kobe, and then all of a sudden he just gets a blade ran right through him. That's Shiryu. Oh, that's why I was like, wait, what the hell is that? Like, I could see the blade. That's Shiryu with the clear fruit. Damn. He just stabbed Garp. Now, is this going to be enough to take Garp out? I mean, it's definitely going to, you know, slow him down some. And then we see Garp, and he's got a little smile on his face. And then Kobe's behind him. Oh, I'm getting like kind of some flashbacks of Luffy and Ace right here when Ace stepped in front of him to save him. And then Kobe's just like, wait, what? What's going on? And then we see Garp, looks like he's getting ready to punch, I think. It looks like getting ready to crack him. Yup. And he just, even though he can't see him, he knows, like, this is Garp. He's been fighting on these oceans for, you know, decades. Like, obviously, even if he hasn't run into this fruit, like, he knows that there are fruits out there that can do things like this, and he's just not even. If I'm getting stabbed from the front, I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna beat the crap out of you, and he just lands this massive shot on Shiryu right there, and then it says Shiryu, and you see Shiryu's all bloodied up right there, and he's like the hoodlum from Impel Down. And then Kobe's like, wait, an invisible human? It's Shiryu-san. He managed to stab Iron Garp. Garp's weakened. All right, so, if you guys think that that's enough to make Garp, sink down to the level where you guys can take him, just think back to Marineford when what's his name? Whitebeard got stabbed. Like, he was still just an absolute monster to deal with, like getting his head blown off, stabbed, shot, all that. It took how many rounds and shots to take him out? Garp just got stabbed once, and he didn't have nearly the amount of health conditions that Whitebeard went into that battle with. So I'm thinking, yeah, he might be mortally wounded, but he's not out of this fight yet. And then we see Helmeppo and them, they're screaming, and Garp's like, I'm fine, get to the ship. And Kobe's like freaking out over there. He's like, oh my god, this is my fault. Like, Vice Admiral Garp protected me. What, oh my god, what do I do? And he's like, don't be so conceited, Kobe. He was aiming for me from the start. So, Garp, like I said, hit all of his battle prowess, all the battles that he's been through. He knows that he was the real objective from the start. He might have, made it look like he was going for Kobe, but that was only to draw Garp out. He knew that Garp would step out. So rather than, try to take him on, get him where he's a little bit, kind of off balance, trying to jump and save somebody. But again, he already knew he was the target. Damn. And then we see Garp is weak and we might be able to take him down. So everyone's trying to rush in right now, trying to capitalize on the fact that Shiryu stabbed him. They're like, go, go. Our chance to make a big fortune is right in front of us. Take him down. All right, so what do we got? Oh, okay, so I was just about to ask, does he have a bounty? I mean, of course he had a bounty on his head from the Cross Guild, but we're getting it revealed and says Garp's bounty is 3 crowns, the same as the Admiral's. All right, that's about 3 billion berry bounty. So definitely got to appreciate a little bit of power scaling right there, even though we don't normally get wanted posters for the Admirals. Now because of the Cross Guild, we kind of are. So it's kind of nice to see kind of where some of these Navy Admirals and Vice Admirals, kind of how they're shaking out. And, if we're considering that the bounty system they're using is relatively, equal as far as, okay, someone ridiculously strong against the Navy is going to be worth 3 billion berries, and someone ridiculously strong against the pirates is going to also have a 3 billion berry bounty. So hopefully we can kind of equate those relatively, closely, although we know that strength is not the only determining factor for naval bounties. There's also the whole, are you trying to challenge them, yada, yada, yada. But anyways, we see Aokiji jumping in the way right there, and he's like, get out of the way, you weaklings. Even if you bind both of Garp's arms and legs, the likes of you still won't be able to kill him. All right, are we going to see Garp bust out some Conqueror's Hockey right here and just take out all these little peons when he's trying to defend himself? And then we see Aokiji, he's cocking back and he's like, ice glove. And Garp is just staring at him right there. Oh, man. Okay, we're getting a little bit of a flashback right here. It says, make you my student? Don't steal my freedom. Go and learn from the Marine instructors. All right, so we got a young Garp right here and an even younger babyface Aokiji. He's like, I already learned what I can from them. I'm aiming for the next level. Please make me your student. Garp's like, shut up, get lost. All right, gotta like the little dynamic they got. And then, okay, so we're going back to that battleship bag right there. And we hear Garp screaming. He's like, don't use hockey. Otherwise, it won't be training. And we see Aokiji over there just toiling away. And he's like, I can't use it anyway. Ouch. All right. So the pain that he's inflicting on his hands right now, just being like, kind of a normal human being, obviously not a monster like Garp. He's like, he can't even focus to bring out his hockey right now. Everything's in so much pain. And then all of a sudden we see, bam, whack. All right, what was that? My son became a revolutionary. Damn it. Oh, okay, so Aokiji was, in Garp's life around the time that Dragon started the Revolutionary Army. So maybe he has a little bit more insight. Maybe they talked about it once. And then all of a sudden, you know, Garp is just destroying stuff because he's pissed right now. And we just see bam, bam. And then all of a sudden we see him go up and he grabs Aokiji. He's like, my grandson said that he'll become a pirate. I won't allow it. And he's like, it's not my problem. Like, yo, why are you taking this out on me, Garp? And then he's like, hey, Kuzan, let's eat some snacks. I'm busy right now. I'm an admiral, you know. Bring out the tea. All right, so, you know, even though Kuzan eventually rose above the rank of Garp and, you know, ascended to an admiral, whereas Garp stayed a vice admiral, I don't think Kuzan ever really, you know, got so full of himself as to think that he was now above Garp as far as, you know, actual battle strength and everything like that. I'm sure, again, because he was Garp's student, he would have heard the reasoning why Garp never accepted, you know, the position of admiral. I'm sure it was explained to him by Sengoku, who he probably, you know, mentioned to it, like, why doesn't Garp take the promotion? Like, he's more than strong enough. And yeah, that would just seem like he would know something like that. But then we see Aokiji looking through those sunglasses. His eyes, they just look focused, laser focused. He's like, looks like you've raised quite the troublesome enemy. You're excommunicated, you foolish student. And then what do we got? Damn! So we see them both, looks like they're landing punches on each other right there. We see Garp, his fist is blackened out, so you know he's got his hockey just maxed out as much as he can go right now. And it's just, I mean, square under the chin of Aokiji. But conversely, we see Aokiji's hand, and I mean, it's right in the side of Garp's face. Like, clean shot, clean hit. Which one of them is going to have more power? Oh, man. And then, of course, you know, a hit of this magnitude by two monsters, you know, in the story at this point, obviously they're going to create just this massive shockwave that's just sending rubble, destroying buildings. You know, it's like leveling Hachinosu, and it's cool because, you know, the big skull in the background, it almost looks alive because it almost looks like it's looking down at the destruction of its island right now, just watching this like unfold in front of it. And then, okay, we see both of them go flying back. You see, I think that's Aokiji in the first panel. And then Garp in the second panel right there. Kobe's looking on. He's screaming. He's like, Vice Admiral Garp! All right, and then what do we got? Okay, so we see Garp on the ground right there. And he starts grabbing his head. And then all of a sudden, you see Kobe and them jump around him to, you know, protect him. And then it looks like I think he's laughing. He's like, oh, no, okay, no, this is the other people. He's like, your hope of escaping is slim, you bastards. This is Hachinosu. If you poke it, tons of pirates will come out. You think your ship that left from the coast is safe? Don't underestimate the power of this island fruit. Okay, so we about to get Homeboy back in the mix right here. And then, okay, we're going back out. We see the ship over there. And then someone's screaming for Hibari. And then she starts laughing. She's like, where's Kobe senpai? I'm sorry. It was just, I'm just dead weight. And then it says, they'll come back soon. I'm just glad you're okay. And then they're like, wait, huh? What's that? So you see the Navy guys on the ship. They're kind of looking off in the distance. And they're like, wait, what's that? And then, what's his name? Avalo Pizarro right there. And he's like, when you read the newspaper, it's all blah, blah, blah this, blah, blah, blah that. We also, wait, what's that say? We also want our names to be known. The headlines for tomorrow's newspapers will be this. And then it says, the renowned Vice Admiral Garp, accompanied by young elite troops who attempted to rescue the hero of the Marines, Captain Kobe, were tragically exterminated at Pirate Island. And it is, so I guess Avalo Pizarro was in the skull and he, you know, assimilated the island. And all of a sudden you just see this massive island-sized hand reaching out. You see another one kind of off in the background. And it's getting ready to just take the ship out right there. And it says, by the terrifying power of the captain of the fourth ship of the Blackbeard Pirates, Avalo Pizarro. And then we just see them. We see Garp and we see Kobe over there. He's like trying to block it. He's like, no, please stop. He's like, everyone in there, including people who aren't Marines. All right, so Kobe, he's trying to protect everyone. He's screaming, trying to stop Valdo Pizarro because he's like, yo, you're not just killing Marines on that ship. Like, there's innocent people also there. And we just see Garp. He's like, don't lose your composure. Justice will prevail. And he's just on the ground right there. And it says, next issue, opening colors spread. Nice. All right. So obviously, we just came back off of this long break. So it doesn't look like we're going to have any break next week. We'll be going straight into it. But damn, that was pretty epic. We saw a little bit of Garp versus Kuzan. And then, of course, the island assimilation fruit, that had to come out and show kind of some force once it was introduced. And we just see these massive hands, like I said, getting ready to take out Garp's battleship, where we saw all the people that were rescued, some of the, Marines and everything like that. So what do you guys think is going to happen? Is someone going to find a way to stop this hand? Are we going to cut back to something else next week and get left on this cliffhanger for a while, not find out exactly what happens? Or are we going to do one of those, like, we get the reveal inside of a news coup reveal, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, I hope that doesn't happen. Because anytime you get a reveal in the news coup, you're not getting the whole story. So we don't, really know, did everyone die? Did some people live? Is Morgan's making stuff up? Is he getting paid to, shift stuff? I mean, I think right now he's probably not going to be taking too many payments from the world government considering who he's harboring. But yeah, I don't know. This is definitely an awesome chapter to come back off a break. Had a lot of action, We had a lot of crazy info dumps last chapter, reveals, identity reveals, hinting at ancient weapons and, Imu's potential real identity. And then this chapter, we're coming out swinging. We're getting a little bit of backstory between Aokiji and Garp. Moving towards the resolution of Hachinosu right now. I mean, there can't be too much more that happens after this. They don't really... Kobe and the guys don't really look like they're in any position to continue fighting. Like, at this point, we're trying to survive and escape, which I think is going to be the name of this game. But yeah, that was an excellent chapter. Let me know what you guys thought about this chapter down in the comment section. If I missed anything, please let me know. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. As always, have a wonderful day.